Now, a local church is celebrating 150 years, what it had to go through to get here. And another name added to the list of 2020 Democratic presidential candidates, why he believes he's the best choice. Plus, showing area kids what it takes to become an inventor. It's not just about the science and technology.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5:30.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 5:30. I'm Amanda Quintana. We have 2 alert days in the forecast ahead of Thanksgiving for rain and snow mix. Let's get a look at your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Amanda, yeah, we're watching that storm system. We've been watching it since early last week for late Tuesday into early Wednesday. That's when the biggest travel impact will be. Now, tonight we've had just some light rain showers, mainly north of Madison, move on through, and it's actually been a pretty mild day. High temperatures have been in the middle 40s. Here in Madison, we topped out at 46. Janesville hit 48 degrees, and current temperatures are still in the upper 30s to the lower 40s. But rain will develop late in the day on Tuesday, start mixing with and eventually changing to snow late Tuesday night. Areas north and west of Madison will see the colder air first. So we could be looking at 1 to 3 inches of snow north and west of Dane County, 3 to 6 inches closer to La Crosse, and even heavier amounts north and west of there. The rest of the area seeing mainly rain, but perhaps up to an inch of snow accumulation if it gets cold enough before the snow comes to an end. But it'll be a windy day on Wednesday as well, and that could also impact travel. Otherwise, look for the showers to end. Skies will turn partly cloudy tonight. Temperatures will drop only into the lower 30s, and look for another mild day tomorrow with high temperatures around 47. Later on, I'll take a look at that storm in more detail and a second storm that could affect us toward the end of the holiday weekend.
Thank you, Gary. St. William Church in Paola is celebrating 150 years today. Gabriella Becerra is back from this afternoon's anniversary mass and shares some of the church's history.
German and Irish families founded the Catholic Church in 1869, but services weren't always held in this building in Paoli. Initially, parishioners attended church in a log cabin, and when they outgrew that, they moved on to other locations until they finally built a new church in 1900. But during the 25th anniversary of that building in 1925, the church burnt to the ground. People were able to save items, including altars, pews, an organ, and more.
Well, I thought it would be a very good idea because we haven't really done anything for such a long time. And it is a beautiful church. It does have some historic history to it.
Parishioners celebrated the anniversary today with a special mass with Bishop Donald Hine, followed by a gathering at the town hall. St. William Church merged with St. Andrew Church in Verona to become St. Christopher Parish. Tonight at 10, we'll look at the origin of the church stained glass windows.
All right. Thank you so much, Gabby. More local news now. Madison police are searching for a man involved in an east side burglary last night. Officials got a call for a home burglary in the 4800 block of El Dorado Lane around 7 o'clock. The homeowner told police the suspect ran off to the south and jumped a fence. Police collected evidence and tried to use a canine track, but it was unsuccessful. The man is described as somewhere between 5'6" and 10, wearing a black hood and gray sweatpants. 3 teens were taken into custody after a nearly 2-mile car pursuit on Highway 151 early this morning. Officials say they spotted a car that had been reported stolen on Friday. During a traffic stop, police say the 16-year-old driver didn't stop since that started the chase. The driver was taken to the Dane County Juvenile Reception Center, while the 14 and 15-year-old passengers were released to their respective guardians. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is still looking for an inmate who walked away from a work release facility yesterday. Rondino Fleming walked out of the Ferris Center, a minimum security facility on Rimrock Road. He was serving a 25-week sentence for battery, but is now considered AWOL, so will also face a felony escape charge. He was last seen wearing a black hooded sweatshirt and gray sweatpants. Former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg formally announced he's running for president this morning. The Democrat is launching a multi-million-dollar ad campaign that frames his candidacy as the Democrats' best hope for defeating President Trump. Bloomberg's first minute-long advertisement will debut tonight on 60 Minutes and appear again during Sunday Night Football on NBC. The former mayor is spending at least $34 million on the ad, which will run in 29 states through December 3rd. Bloomberg made his announcement this morning in a series of tweets from his personal Twitter account. In one tweet, he wrote, "I believe my unique set of experiences in business, government, and philanthropy will enable me to win and lead." Defense Secretary Mark Esper is asking for the resignation of Richard Spencer, the Navy's secretary. Today's announcement comes after the White House said it would not intervene in a review of the Navy SEAL who posed with a dead ISIS fighter's body. Navy officials are looking into whether Eddie Gallagher should be kicked out for his actions. He faced a court-martial for premeditated murder and attempted murder, but was acquitted. Gallagher was demoted in rank, a decision President Trump reversed 1 week ago, and now Esper says he has lost, quote, trust and confidence in Spencer regarding his lack of candor. Spencer has said he has no plans to leave.
There seems to be rumors out there that I threatened to resign. I have not threatened to resign. I am here. I work at the pleasure of the president. We've made great strides at the Navy Marine Corps team over the last 2 years. There's still quite a bit to do, and I hope to contribute going forward.
Last week, a Trump administration official said defense officials were worried Trump would block the Navy from ejecting Gallagher from the SEALs. The Pentagon strongly urged the White House to let military discipline measures run their course without interference. The Monona Terrace was home today to ordinary people who brought in their inventions that stemmed from STEM. Photojournalist Emily Burdett shows us how these makers are inspiring the next generation of inventors.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
At the 4th annual Madison Mini Maker Fair, anyone is able to show off their invention.
We have invited makers of all kinds to come here and share what they love.
Even those focused on food.
About 6 months ago, I got into mushrooms, so I've been scheming how I can grow them faster.
Jesse Ransom understands the basics of engineering, but he wasn't focused on it while making his invention. He wanted a better solution to grow mushrooms.
You would put the inoculated mushroom logs into the tube. Those would feed through down a line till it makes it out here, where it's loaded, and then a pneumatic piston fires it out into the tree. When it does that, it also electrocutes it with 50,000 volts, which stimulates, it burns the mycelium tips, and that stimulates it to grow faster, thinking that it's in trouble.
Between drawing under bioluminescent lights to constructing art that moves, there's a lesson within the fun.
The smarter the kids are, the better off we are in the long run, because the kids are the future.
The fair is open to people of all ages, but children are encouraged to attend. Inventors say they hope to teach children the basics of science, technology, engineering, and math.
Get them involved in a hobby or in an interest, at least, that helps them somewhere along the line so that in the future they can, take it to the next level.
So while it's important to understand the fundamentals of science, Ransom wouldn't have his invention without a little creativity, something he hopes kids learn early on.
Keep thinking outside the box.
To get started on your own invention, inventors suggest learning the basics of machinery or how to weld. And they say, although you might make a few mistakes along the way, failure is fundamental to learning. A few holiday fairs came to Madison this weekend, but one of them is supporting those around the world. Orchard Ridge Church hosted its annual holiday fair trade sale today. The fair's 24 vendors sell gifts from around the world, mostly in third world countries, to support the artisans and give them opportunities to make a living wage.
This is phenomenal. When you look around at everyone who, we're all helping the people in third world countries to have a better life.
Kenyan women weavers Joanne Marsh says she visited Kenya a few years ago, discovered what she says are beautiful baskets, and now sells them in the U.S. at higher prices. She then sends the proceeds back to Kenya to help fund new water systems and educational opportunities throughout the country. The Dane County Humane Society and Underdog Pet Rescue also hosted a pet-friendly gift fair today. About 20 vendors were donating a portion of their sales to the fundraiser to support rescue cats and dogs. Fair organizers say it's important, especially during this time of year, to always remember the Humane Society, and of course, dogs were able to take their pictures with Santa. Coming up on News 3 Now at 5:30, Thanksgiving is just 4 days away, and Consumer Reports has some advice if you're the one preparing the turkey. Welcome back. Weather might stop the iconic balloons from appearing in Thursday's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Officials in New York say windy conditions are expected next week. City rules state that the balloons cannot fly in sustained winds that exceed 23 miles per hour or wind gusts over 34 miles per hour. The regulations were put in place in 1997 when the Cat in the Hat balloon injured 4 people after being overtaken by strong winds. Thanksgiving will soon be here, and that means many of us will spend hours preparing a turkey dinner. Often home cooks give their bird a wash or a rinse in the sink before it hits the oven. That might sound like a good idea, but as Josh Spreiter for Consumer Reports explains, you may be doing more harm than good.
It's the first step many people take when cooking poultry, washing or rinsing it to remove slime or blood. People think it's a proper safety precaution, but Marina Farrow doesn't do that, and on Thanksgiving Day, when she's cooking several turkeys, she skips the rinse.
Don't like washing a turkey because I'm very scared of contamination. I don't like to put it in the sink. I don't like to splash anything because it just gets everywhere.
According to Consumer Reports and a USDA study, Marina has a good reason to be concerned. The truth is, rinsing won't make your poultry any safer.
Rinsing raw poultry won't eliminate salmonella or other harmful bacteria that can make you sick. Only cooking it to 165 degrees can do that. What rinsing will do is increase the chances of cross-contamination in your kitchen.
So what does Marina do when it's turkey time? First, she wipes it with a damp paper towel, then
I season it the way I want it, and it goes into the oven.
that's a safer way to do it, and it's part of Consumer Reports' recommended way to safely prepare raw poultry. First, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds with soap and warm water, and do that every time you touch raw poultry. If you want to remove that raw slime, pat the bird with a damp paper towel, discard it, and wash your hands immediately. And be careful with utensils and cookware. If they touch raw poultry, they need to be sanitized before touching any other foods.
My favorite part of Thanksgiving, being with the family, sharing stories, just being together.
And not worrying about cross-contamination in the kitchen. This is Josh Spreiter for News 3 Now.
Consumer Reports reminds you that sanitizing your cooking area is important too. Even if you don't wash your poultry, it's a good idea to scrub your entire work area when you're done cooking. Still to come on News 3 Now at 5:30. We'll stay mild through Monday, then the rain and snow moves in. Gary has the details in your First Alert forecast after the break.
Well, as we take a look at first alert weather, boy, a lot to talk about. First, today we started out with some light rain showers that moved through the northern parts of our viewing area. Kind of unexpected. The atmosphere was primed to create a couple of showers, but the air near the ground is pretty dry, and it wasn't until late afternoon where these showers really came together and brought the chances for rain. Now, three things you need to know in the forecast. Number one, quiet weather through tomorrow. Mild weather, in fact, highs will be in the upper 40s for tomorrow with partly sunny skies. But we continue to watch that storm system from late Tuesday into Wednesday morning. So rain on Tuesday will change to a mix of rain and snow or all snow later on Tuesday night, depending on where you are in our viewing area. And then after that, we have to watch for another storm system toward the end of the holiday weekend. It'll start out as rain or a mix of initially, change to rain by Saturday morning, and then to snow Saturday night into Sunday when there could be some snow accumulation. So we still have the alert days in the forecast. Now we've narrowed it down to Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. Again, windy conditions with rain changing to a mix of rain and snow or all snow, and then snow accumulations of about 1 to 3 inches by morning north and west of Dane County. And then on Wednesday, it'll be windy with snow ending. Travel could be impacted in areas that have snow because of the slippery road conditions and also the strong winds buffeting your car around. We could see wind gusts over 40 miles per hour at times. I've also added another alert day to the forecast for next Sunday because it'll be windy with occasional snow. I'm not looking for a major storm system, but several inches of snow accumulation are possible right at a time where people are traveling back from their Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Now, as far as the snow potential for this first system, again, about 1 to 3 inches north and west of Dane County, 3 to 6 inches closer to La Crosse, and a narrow band of 6 inches or more from southern Minnesota, probably just south of the Twin Cities over toward Eau Claire, and then the lake effect snows will kick in through much of upper Michigan. So if you have travel to the north and west of Madison, that's what you really have to watch for, especially from later Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. That's when most of the snow will be falling. Across the rest of the area, probably less than an inch of snow if that falls. It'll be mainly rain or a mix of rain and snow, but by the time the full changeover to snow would take place, most of the precipitation will be pulling out. So as we look at future track, on Tuesday, you can see how the rain moves through during the morning. By midnight, temperatures could be up in the middle 40s with the rain snow line farther back toward the north and west. And then as the colder air starts to wrap in, that rain changes back to snow or a mixture of rain and snow before it pulls out with the windy conditions on Wednesday. So for Wednesday morning, the snow will come to an end. It'll be windy. Thanksgiving Day Thursday, cloudy with just a few flurries in the afternoon, and then rain will develop on Friday. The next weather system brings rain on Friday into Saturday, and then that followed by a changeover to snow Saturday night into Sunday when there could be some snow accumulations. So our forecast for tonight calls for mostly cloudy skies with a chance of a shower this evening, then partly cloudy overnight with a low of 32. For tomorrow, look for a partly sunny and mild day with a high of 47. As we take a look at future track in the short term, you can see those clouds clearing out tonight, temperatures in the lower 30s by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow should be partly sunny with high temperatures climbing into the upper 40s. A very nice day overall. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy in the evening. It turns cloudy overnight with low temperatures around 30. Much of the day on Tuesday will be dry before those rain showers and rain areas start moving northward on Tuesday afternoon. And again, there could be a little mix on the northern edge of that, but that will change over to rain at least for a time on Tuesday evening. As far as the 7 to 10 day forecast is concerned, again, look for a break for Thanksgiving holiday itself with a high of 36 and some snow flurries, and then that second storm system toward the end of the holiday weekend, followed by a shot of colder weather with highs only in the 20s for the start of the following week, with maybe a couple of flurries in there as well.
Well, it's good that we have that break for Thanksgiving, but it's really the travel times before and after.
And of course, these storm systems could have been timed more perfectly to go right over the travel times.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Gary.
You're welcome.
Ahead on News 3 Now at 5:30, the Badgers volleyball team making history today at the Fieldhouse. Highlights next in sports.
Well, still a few more hours to go until the Packers kick off against the 49ers at Levi's Stadium. Now, as of this evening, San Francisco is a 3-point favorite. So it's probably going to be a big throwdown between Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Garoppolo. Packers, though, have won 5 of their last 6, and Rodgers historically plays pretty well under the bright lights of Sunday night. In his 7 career Sunday night games, he's posted a 109.1 QB rating. Well, not a huge surprise that the Badgers beat the Boilermakers yesterday, but there were a few unexpected plays. For instance, Zach Hintz nailing a 62-yard field goal to close out the first half. And then this play in the second quarter, Jack Cohn airing it out to Jack Dunn, his first career receiving touchdown. He had a rushing one earlier in the year. Now, usually on that kind of scenario, Paul Chryst chooses to run the ball, so why change it up this time?
They're never going to expect Dunner, right? But it was a play. I don't know what to answer that. I mean, it was a good play.
That wasn't the intent on that play. But, you know, stuff happens. The safety got sucked up by the run fake and popped open behind him, and Jack threw a great ball, got an opportunity to score. And, you know, Jack was joking with me. We spent a lot of time running routes together in McLean, and he said out of all the plays that we've practiced together, we've never practiced that one. So to get a touchdown on that was pretty special. It felt good.
Otherwise, today at the Fieldhouse, the Badgers hosting the Huskers, the runners-up in last year's national championship. We pick it up in the third set here. Watch Dana Retke, the kill. 12 kills for her today, second on the team behind Molly Haggerty. Match point now, and that was pretty easy. Wisconsin with a season sweep of Nebraska for the first time in school history. The Badgers tightening their grip on first place in the Big Ten with a 17-1 conference record. Head coach Kelly Sheffield very happy with the resilience of his team today.
What I loved best about today is after we made some errors, we came right back out and stuck a pass, made a good set, good swing over there. We didn't let one error turn into 2 or 3, and I thought the mental toughness that we had was fantastic.
The Badgers soccer team in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament for the second straight year, facing UCLA in Los Angeles tonight. Now, the two teams played each other in September, but the Bruins did win that game. Winner plays either Florida State or South Florida next weekend in the Elite 8. You can watch tonight's game on the Pac-12 website, or we will, of course, have highlights at 10. Now, this is evidently a trend in football in general now. During yesterday's Memphis-South Florida game, this little guy found his way onto the field during the third quarter. Somehow, he has an audience there to the sideline just looking at him, somehow darted his way through the sideline, hid under a cart. As of where he is right now, he is currently MIA. We'll be right back.
Will they be able to find him again? I don't know if you saw a few weeks ago when the Giants
Well, there's our temperatures. Still pretty mild, 43 here in Madison, but that's the snow. It's on the way mainly from Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. We'll keep an eye on that storm system over the next couple of days.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.